lose. We some motherfucking warriors.
Hey there, educators and future educators!
Welcome to our channel!
Today, we're diving into the world of lesson planning using the 7E method. It is a framework designed to engage learners in meaningful and effective learning experiences. The 7Es stands for elicit, engage, explore, explain, elaborate, extend, and evaluate. As an educator or someone interested in teaching, this is a must-know.
Let's kick things off with understanding the core components of a lesson plan. A well-structured lesson plan typically includes the following components: general information, objectives, materials or resources, procedure, and assessment. Each of these elements plays a crucial role in delivering a successful lesson. So let's begin with the general information to be explained by Miss Kate Reyes.
General information typically includes the basic information of the lesson plan, such as the name of the teacher, date of implementation or teaching, time allotment, subject, grade level and section, and lastly, the quarter.
Now, let's dive on to the first step, defining clear objectives. The objectives contain the following parts: the content standards, performance standards, learning competency, and specific objectives. Let's proceed first to the content standard. In education, a content standard is a statement that can be used to determine the quality of curriculum content or as a part of an evaluation technique. These are the fundamental content statements in terms of information or skills that students should learn and understand. Next, performance standards. Performance standards specify the degree of work that demonstrate achievement of the standards. Several performance standards are assigned to each content standards. These are the tasks that the student is supposed to complete. These indicate achievement, acquisition, and application of the subject standards, needed knowledge or skill. Next, a learning competency. A learning competency is defined as the demonstration of knowledge, attitudes, values, skills, and behaviors by the students in order to successfully perform a specific function in a work or educational setting. The specific objectives are goals you want your student to achieve by end of the lesson. They guide the content, activities, and assessments. You should always take note that your specific learning objectives should be aligned to the revised Bloom's taxonomy, where the learning objectives vary in the level's complexity, namely remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and last, creating. It also comprises 3 domains, namely cognitive, psychomotor, and affective. Remember, objectives should be clear, achievable, and aligned with the curriculum.
The second part of making a lesson plan is the content. Content is the topic or lesson itself that the teacher will teach. The third part is learning materials. Learning materials are instructional materials used to enhance the teaching and learning process. The fourth part is values integration. The values integration is a channel of values development through teaching learning activities in the different learning areas. The fifth part is the learning resources. Learning materials or resources are materials that instructors may use to carry out instruction and facilitate the achievement of students' educational goals. These resources can be used by teachers as well as students to gain more knowledge on a particular subject or topic.
Let's now proceed to the procedure part of the lesson plan. The procedure phase is the section that outlines sequence of activities, instructional strategies, and techniques that you will use to guide your students through the learning objectives and facilitate their understanding of the lesson. The preliminary section of a lesson plan serves as the opening routine and includes the greetings, to be followed by a prayer for spiritual guidance. Next, classroom rules, where the teacher sets a clear expectations for students' behavior to maintain order and create a conducive learning environment. Lastly, checking of attendance. Therefore, this section sets the tone for the lesson and ensures students feel welcomed, understand the rules, and are accounted for during the class. Let's start with the first E, which is elicit. The elicit phase typically involves prompting students to demonstrate their prior knowledge or understanding of a topic. The goal of the elicit phase is to activate students' prior knowledge and stimulate curiosity. This can be done through questions, discussions, or activities that encourage students to share what they already know. This phase helps teachers assess what students already understand about the topic, which helps tailor the lesson to their specific needs. It also provides valuable insights into their understanding and helps in adjusting the pace and depth of the lesson accordingly. For example, if you were teaching mathematics and the topic is the probability of a simple event, you can ask students what they already know about the probability and where they've encountered it in their daily lives. Also, you can present an activity to catch the attention of your students before the lesson. The initial discussion can provide insights into their prior knowledge and misconceptions, which can guide the subsequent stages of the lesson. Again, the elicit phase focuses on prompting or drawing out students' prior knowledge, thoughts, or ideas related to the lesson topic.
Next, we move on to E number 2, engage. The engage phase is the initial step aimed at capturing students' attention, stimulating their interests, and captivating their prior knowledge. It sets the tone for the lesson, establishes relevance, and motivates students to engage actively in the upcoming learning experience. This can be done through posing intriguing questions or prompts that relate to the lesson topic, storytelling, using multimedia like videos, images, or audio clips, or even hands-on activities. It helps students to increase engagement, motivate them to learn and participate actively, as well as enhance their comprehension. Overall, it's about creating an intriguing and relevant learning experience from the very beginning of the lesson.
Now, let's talk about the third E, explore. During the exploration phase, students actively explore the new concept through concrete learning experiences. They might be asked to go through the scientific method and communicate with their peers to make observations. This phase allows students to learn in a hands-on way, meaning activities in this phase are often learned by doing, where students are active participants, applying what they learned from the previous phases. The teacher's role in this phase is first, the instructor, giving the activity or task to the students, and second, the facilitator, guiding the students by asking questions or just observing what they are doing. In summary, the explore phase creates an environment where students actively participate, collaborate, and experiment, setting the foundation for subsequent phases. This active engagement prepares students to receive explanations, elaborate on their knowledge, and ultimately apply what they've learned in real-world scenarios.
Moving on to the fourth E, which is explain. Here, the teacher adopts a more central role while discussing information and explaining the concepts associated with the students' exploration. Lessons during this phase introduce the students to the mathematical terminology that allows them to describe their experiences, as well as provide the opportunity for students to link their experiences to the mathematical concepts being explored. The following are the suggested activities that we teachers can utilize during this part of lesson plan. First is students' analysis and explanation. Second, supporting ideas with evidence. Third is structured questioning, reading and discussion, teacher explanation, and lastly, thinking skills activities like compare, classify, and error analysis. In addition to this, the specific actions that we should aim to do are the following: encourage the students to explain concepts and definitions in their own words, ask for justification and clarification of evidence from students, formally provides definitions, explanations, and new labels, uses students' previous experiences as basis for explaining concepts.
Time for the fifth E, elaborate. In lesson planning, the term elaborate refers to a phase or section where students expand on the concept they have learned, make connections to the related concepts, and apply their understanding to the world around them in new ways. During the elaborate phase, students engage in follow-up inquiry activities, generate questions, and may participate in project-based learning to deepen their understanding of the topic. Elaboration activities encourage students to make the connections between their prior knowledge and the new concepts they are learning. To summarize, it involves students going beyond basic understanding and applying their knowledge in new and meaningful ways. This phase enables students to explore and deepen their understanding through inquiry and project-based activities.
Now, let's explore evaluate. The evaluation phase focuses on assessing students' understanding, comprehension, and mastery of the learning objectives.
The goal is to determine if the learning objectives have been met and to provide feedback to both the teacher and the students. It involves various assessment methods to measure their knowledge, skills, and critical thinking abilities. This can include quizzes, discussions, or written reflections. It brings multiple benefits including effective assessment of learning objectives, real-time feedback for adjustments, professional growth for teachers, and assurance of educational quality and accountability. To wrap it all up, evaluation in making a lesson plan is an ongoing, reflective process that ensures the lesson's effectiveness, measures student understanding, collects valuable feedback, and guides improvements for future teaching and learning experiences.
For the last E, extend. The extend phase in lesson planning refers to an instructional phase where students are given opportunities to deepen their understanding of a topic, apply their knowledge in new contexts, and explore related concepts. During the extend phase, teachers may use various activities and strategies to encourage students to build upon their existing knowledge, make connection, and dig deeper into the subject matter. Extension activities can be designed to foster critical thinking, problem-solving skills, and creativity in students. Overall, the extend phase in lesson planning serves an opportunity for students to go beyond the surface-level understanding and engage in more in-depth learning experiences that extend their knowledge and skills.
Alright, we've done unraveling the 7E lesson plan. Again, elicit, engage, explore, explain, elaborate, extend, and evaluate. As you move forward, I encourage you to incorporate the 7E model into your lesson planning. Tailor it to your specific subjects, grade levels, and students' needs for a truly impactful learning journey. Always keep in mind that student engagement and understanding are at the core of this approach. By continuously refining your lessons using the 7E model, you're setting the stage for more effective teaching and improved learning outcomes. If you find this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like it and subscribe for more educational content. See you next time. Bye!